Kesang is a letter that I've written to this person called Kesang, who I've never had the opportunity to meet or even talk to. But it came out of a box of family albums that were donated to the Confluence Collective. I'll give you a little bit of context about the collective, and then I'll get into why Dear Kesang is a letter and why it is written the way it is. So the Confluence Collective is a collection of photographers and researchers who are based in the Kalimpong and Darjeeling hills and Sikkim. And they have a photo archive which sources out photographs from community members, from institutions, and from photo studios, and is putting forward much more nuanced representations of people in the hills and the culture, and also questioning and putting up challenges to the dominant narratives that are out there. In many ways, it also works to deconstruct or understand the idea of what an archive does. So here I was in an office sitting with a box of Kesang's photographs. It's a piece written from one stranger to another, and I use the word aparichit, which is stranger in Nepali, because it was a strange process and yet a very familiar one, because our lives have intersected through this geographic space of Kalimpong. So it's a story about memory. It's a piece about photographs and what an archive does, but it's also about constructing an identity of Kesang and her family. She's a woman of color, a Tibetan woman who's living in India, a woman with a family, with adventures, and a story like so many others that needs to be told. It's transnational in its reach because it's a very familiar story of identities that find themselves piecing together a narrative from spaces that they might be physically removed from. It is a narrative that stretches across space and time because of the way in which I'm interacting with it. It's also a narrative of a story of a person whose journey has mapped mine in a lot of ways. So I do hope you enjoy engaging with it, reading it, as much as I have enjoyed writing and engaging with her photographs. And in many ways, I also hope Kesang or her family members to find us and get to look at these lovely photographs again.